All right, sweet. So we are having a chat with the Awesome Toy Show folks. We have Wing on the line over here. He is the owner operator of the Awesome Toy Show. This is going to be taking place in a little bit. There's a couple different segments that we want to cover today. First and foremost, talking a little bit about the Awesome Toy Show, what that entails. We also have Danny Green Collects representing Titan Toys. It's going to be joining us right after Wing, followed by Drew Olive, my partner in crime for Toy Bacon. And then we will have also Sam Boy Maehara, the owner of Scars and Strops. We're going to be running the Smashdown tournament, so he'll be coming in for that last portion. But without further ado, we got our buddy Wing on the line over here. So for the people that don't know, what is the Awesome Toy Show?
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me on today. Simply put, Awesome Toy Show is a premier pop culture event in Mississauga, and it has a unique blend of vendors, artists, cosplay contests, hourly raffles, and live entertainment on stage, as well as a live DJ, which gives a real unique vibe to the show.
It's
That's
definitely
what Awesome Toy Show is all about.
And it's definitely something different having the live DJ on site. I know that, speaking for myself as a vendor at times, there's usually just kind of a lot of white noise of, the vendors kind of speaking or just kind of people kind of the hustle and bustle of moving around. But having that DJ on site definitely adds and changes the energy a little bit more, especially when you have MCs kind of like directing traffic, getting people up on stage and the raffles that you do. So I think you're doing an awesome job there.
No, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Glad you like it.
For sure. So how did Awesome Toy Show start? What kind of started this up? Give us a little bit of a background here.
So two main things. First part is during the pandemic, when the whole world ended, people were scared to shop at Walmart and Toys R Us and whatnot, right? But I was bold and brave, and I went in and shopped, and parents were comfortable purchasing stuff from my shop, right? So over the course of the pandemic, I had kind of a excess buildup of toys, right? So I was trying to think of a way to kind of sell them all, but I wanted to reach a larger public. So the second part to that is that I come from the car show world. So I do a lot of car show events. So knowing the toy show world, I wanted to bring elements of my car show world and to kind of merge it together, right? So that's where all the elements of the DJ, hourly raffles, live entertainment, that's where all the excitement and show elements come into play, right?
Nice.
So from there, that's, I merged the two concepts together, and that's kind of where it started. So once the restrictions started lifting back in March of 2021, that's when we first started.
Very cool. And so when is the Awesome Toy Show? When can people expect to kind of show up?
Yeah, so our next one coming up is Sunday, October 29th.
Nice. And then how long is it running till?
So the show's usually from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
All right, so I'm looking at the Awesome Toy Show website, and it looks like people can enter to win $2,500. What's that all about?
Yeah, so that's our feature grand prize for our next show. Every person that comes to the show will get a raffle ticket for a chance to win the grand prize. There'll be also additional opportunities to purchase additional raffle tickets to increase your chances of winning. I thought it's a great way to kind of give this cash prize for people for their holiday spending, or if they want to spend it right away at the Awesome Toy Show after they win it. That's another great way to help our vendors out, right, as well.
For sure. There's no shortage of awesome collectibles on site, right? So that money can move very quickly to the right vendor, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. So I'm scrolling to the site as well, and it looks like there's 3 different packages I see here. I see an ultimate fan package, which gets them early access. Speaking of raffle tickets that you just mentioned there, they get 50 extra raffle tickets, which is awesome. And then a swag bag with a t-shirt, posters, shirts, VIP badge, and lanyard. So definitely lots of value included there. Like even if you're looking at it, let's say $1 a raffle ticket, that's kind of like the $50 right there, plus your access, plus all the swag. So excellent value that you're providing there.
Thank you, man.
I also see the awesome VIP pass here. That's more so again for that early access. exclusive access to some more raffle prizes, 5 extra raffle tickets,
Yeah.
and then finally you have your standard GA package at $10, which is pretty common. And then that entry is at 12 versus the 11. So I love the
Correct.
fact that you're doing the Ultimate Fan Package and the awesome VIP Pass. It's something that I don't usually see other than maybe like a fan expo and like the larger
Yes.
scale shows. So the
Yes.
fact that you're bringing this to like that smaller grassroots kind of scale, like I really got to commend you for being able to put these packages together. So great work there.
I think it's definitely elements from Fan Expo that we can take and integrate into our shows.
Hmm.
If you go to other shows, you definitely don't see like an ultimate like fan package because
Hmm.
there's a lot of swag that we can hand out, right? So it's just part of the whole experience, right? So
Yeah, like, and I know that, I've been a vendor at your show in the past, and like
Mhm.
again, like this is just kind of testament to how you've been differentiating it,
Yeah.
from a lot of the other shows there too. I even remember because I didn't realize that you did car shows and stuff in the past, but I've
Yes.
been to the Dark Nights, the import fests, and stuff like that
Yeah.
back in the day too. So again, I love the fact that you're bringing in elements from the auto world, from like the bigger kind of show world, because it does make it a lot more accessible, right, for the smaller shows.
Yeah.
And what better place to do that than in our backyard, Port Credit, Mississauga. So that's
There you
awesome.
go, man. Exactly.
Sick. Okay. And a couple more questions, or the final questions again, we're just around again. I think one more plug for the time and the date. So again, I'm looking at
Sure.
the website right now. I'll just read this off for you, and maybe again you
Sure.
could just let me know if I'm missing anything.
Okay. Yeah.
It's taking place again on Sunday, October 29th. The GA general admission again is from 12 p.m. and it runs till 5. But if you do buy the Ultimate Fan Package or the Awesome VIP Pass, they get an hour early entry, so they get to kind of pick through the vendors and get like
Yeah.
those collectibles before they move, which is pretty common
Exactly.
practice, which is great.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you have the $2,500 raffle. So
Yeah.
again, raffle tickets will be available, but you
Yeah.
also do get either 50 or 5 raffle tickets with the
Yeah.
awesome VIP pass or the ultimate fan package. And
Correct.
then again, this is at the Oasis Convention Center at 1036 Lakeshore Road East. That's Port Credit in
Yeah.
Mississauga. One thing you and I were joking about earlier, I was telling you, oh, I'm familiar with that because I actually had my high school semi-formal in that venue.
Correct.
So it's funny. Drew and I, had a party there, like again back, like I'd say even 20 years ago. And
Back
the
in the
cool
day,
thing
yeah.
too, yeah, the other cool thing is that Sam Maehara, the gentleman that we're doing the Smashdown with, his barbershop is just down the street from there. So people
Yes.
that are
All close by,
familiar,
man.
that's it, right? So anyone that's familiar with Scars and Strops, it's just a hop, skip, and a jump.
Yeah.
Also, my girlfriend's salon is also down the street, just there on Lakeshore and Kothra,
Yeah.
right at Solo Salons. So
Yeah.
506 Lakeshore Road East. So again, we're keeping it all in the Port Credit kind of family here, which is pretty
There you
awesome,
go,
right?
man. Mississauga in the house.
That's what's up.
I do want to add one thing though. In addition to the grand prize, right?
Yeah.
We are pretty well known for our hourly raffles.
Okay.
So kids and families like jump to the stage every hour in anticipation of hourly raffles. In the past, we've given away like gas gift cards, um, movie passes for Cineplex, and then we have like generous collectibles and toys donated from various vendors as well.
Hmm.
So actually, just to give you guys breaking news, we got two special donations for this upcoming show. We
Okay.
have a toy package from McFarlane Toys
Oh, okay.
directly themselves, and we also got Hasbro themselves. They'll be donating a prize pack as well for our raffles. So you
Nice.
guys are getting the first news up front right now.
And that's huge again for
Yes,
obviously like
toy
there's
show
collectible.
world, right?
Yeah, again,
Yeah,
like the toy collectors definitely know, about these big brands, but for maybe some of the more casual, collectors that maybe kind of go to, a Walmart,
yeah,
a GameStop or a Toys R Us,
yeah.
McFarlane Toys. McFarlane's been around for a long time now. They do a lot with DC.
Hmm.
They're really excellent on the sculpts,
Yeah,
and they have their 12 scale collectibles, a little bit taller than some of the standard, like Hasbro type of stuff out there, but excellent
yeah,
quality stuff. And of
yeah,
course, you just mentioned Hasbro.
yeah.
Hasbro is the ones that are pumping out, the Marvel Legends, the Star Wars Black Series,
Guy
like so.
Joe.
Yeah, Yeah, so
Power
much.
Rangers.
Power
Yeah.
Rangers, yeah, TMNT, you name it, right? So definitely awesome to hear that the toy manufacturers are recognizing, the effort that you put into creating the awesome toy show and giving back to the community. So
And you know what? I'll give you one more breaking news just for you guys.
this is
We're
crazy. Keep it coming.
we're actually having McFarlane Toys as a vendor at our show, and McFarlane Toys does not do that many shows in the year. So I've only seen them done PowerCon, and like legitimately we're like the second show that they're doing the whole year. So
Crazy. Congrats.
and
No, that's very
actually we're the
exciting.
only Canadian show that they're doing this year. So it's a very big deal here. So
That's no small feat. So again,
yeah,
kudos to you for getting
yeah.
them on the radar and then bringing them to our neck of the woods, bringing them to Saga. Let's go.
There you go, man. There you go.
Sweet. So appreciate again, like all the news that we have here. Again, if you missed out on what we were sharing earlier, the Awesome Toy Show is taking place on Sunday, October 29th. Yeah, that will happen from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. But if you get VIP access, you'll be able to get in there at 11 a.m. There's up to or there's a $2,500 raffle that you could win on top of all the toys, collectibles, anime, artist alley, trading cards, gaming, and more, all at the Oasis Convention Center at 1036 Lakeshore Road East. Tons of stuff to share. So again, very excited, and thank you so much, Wing, for sharing all this awesome news, and especially again the McFarlane drop, the Hasbro drop. Those are huge. So again, keep it coming, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it, man.
Sweet. All right. So we're going to be switching gears. Now, again, this continuing on the notion of the Awesome Toy Show is the fact that, everyone that's part of this particular stream is associated in some way, shape, or form. And the next individual that we have up here is Danny Green Collects. He's representing Titan Toys, and we're going to be pulling him into the stream. All right. We got Danny Green Collects. What are you saying, Danny?
I'm good, man. Just chilling, enjoying the collectibles and the
Nice.
night.
Did you catch everything that Wing was dropping in the last little segment? Were you able
Oh,
to
man, it
see
was
and hear
great.
everything?
McFarlane showing up at the show, all the grand prizes, right? So
Right.
that's cool. The Smash tournament. There's lots going on, so that's amazing. Wing is an awesome dude. I think we've been with him since day one, pretty much, right? So
Nice.
we've been supporting him, and we love that he's supporting the communities and just having a great show for everybody, right? So, one thing cool as a vendor, uh, every show that we've gone to has gone better and better. So,
That's awesome.
and that's thanks to Wing in the show and and his team. So appreciate
For sure.
it.
I know you did it one time. It was funny because you have you put that on my radar, and it was also Sam Boy, the individual that's running the Smash tournament with me, that also like kind of like put that double stamp of approval for cred. And sure enough, Wing definitely delivers. And you did say that you showed up at that show one time, and then the second time, that's when Andrew and I decided to post up with our toy baking
Yes.
table. I
Yeah.
remember you were a neighbor with you had Andrew at your booth. Arnold was
Right.
kind of in between us,
Yeah.
and then we
Yeah.
had toying around Kevin behind us. So again, like a lot of the local toy community all together. I think even Jay had a booth there, and my buddy Marcel. So sure enough, tons
That's
of
awesome.
people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That were able to sort of tune in. But for
Yeah,
sure,
man.
like tons of awesome news about the Awesome Toy Show. I learned a lot more, as much as I thought that I knew about the show. Wing's always coming in with the heat again, talking about how McFarlane's going to be on site, Hasbro's going to be on site. So that's pretty
Yeah.
dope. But let's talk about you. And obviously, I
Okay.
know that you are the official brand ambassador for Titan Toys. So
Correct.
congrats on that. That's something new. I've been doing shows with you and knowing you in the community for some years now. But the Titan Toys relationship has been going strong for the last little bit. So what's new with Titan Toys? Is there any intel, anything that you want to share in regards to that into Titan Toys?
Well, basically, they specialize in imports, toys, and collectible cards, Pokemon, TCG, like One Piece, and that kind of thing. But you know, uh, I'm more attracted to the action figures. So a lot of the Mayfex imports, Mezco, and that kind of stuff, where Plain Toys brings in a lot of that stuff for us at great prices. So
Nice.
And I enjoy just coming to the shows and representing them and showing off the cool figures.
Hmm.
Um, I'm all about the communities and just having a good time. So I like showing off all the latest toys that are coming out and things that I enjoy, and I like to meet people that enjoy the same thing. So
For sure. No, I
yeah,
appreciate it. I
man,
think that's really how we kind of hit it off. We did a couple
100%.
collabs, with toy photography and toy bacon through Mayhem Mechanics. We did some TF stuff in
Yeah,
the past,
yep,
and then obviously, you've been working with Drew, so that's also been huge.
yes,
Providing an opportunity to hook our boy up with some hours to for side hustling, and to even just kind of collab with Titan Toys and Toy Bacon. I know that between he and I, we do also have our Toy Bacon promo code, so people can save 10% off their first
100%.
purchase at Titan Toys,
Yes,
which is great. You don't really see that anywhere. I think maybe again an Edge discount or like some other rare promotions is what you would get every now and then. I know our buddy Kevin, toying around, also has a promo with e-collectibles. So it's great, when the retailers start to work with the community and give back, to the consumers in some type of way. I believe you have a promo code with Titan Toys as well. Do you not?
yeah, I got one as well. Danny Green. It's a one-time use, so
Mhm.
use it wisely. But definitely, yeah. So it's there. It's there for the public. I'll have them at the show on the cards and that kind of thing. In the future, we'll be giving away stuff, and there'll be more incentives and that kind of thing. So
Mhm.
stay tuned, right?
Nice. So I know I'm going through the site, but I mean, like, obviously, these are the things that people can really just kind of order online and,
Correct.
find, on their own. But because again, we're doing the Awesome Toy Show with Wing, I wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit more about maybe more relevant stock, because obviously you're managing all the inventory that's kind of coming through from Titan Toys and bringing that to the Awesome Toy Show. So, what are some of the newest toys that you're going to be bringing on site on the 29th?
uh, Good question. So I got a few things I pulled out of my magic box,
There you
but
go. Mr. Dressed Up's busting out the pickle
right
trunk. Let's go.
out of nowhere, woo! Right. All right. So One Piece. One Piece is hot right now. Sorry if I'm missing out the angles here, but
Hold on.
anyways,
Let me switch out and get you
right. Okay.
to a better piece here.
Boom. Better piece. One Piece.
There we go. Let's go with. I'm trying to get you as the four.
There you
There
go.
we go. There
Oh
we go.
wow. Okay. Boom. All right. So that helps me a bit. Definitely. I appreciate that.
So you got the
Uh,
Luffy. Let's see the Luffy.
Boom. The Luffy right here. This guy has been moving like hotcakes. I can't even tell you how many I've sold already, but that's besides the point. I
Thanks,
actually have one myself.
Thanks, Netflix.
Yeah, right. Exactly. True story. Definitely hot right now, right? And I don't know. They're on their like 40th season or something. So they're going strong still, man. And they come from the Dragon Ball days, right?
Yeah,
So they've been
and
around
and
quite some time.
And to clarify for some of the people that might not know, what he's holding up is the anime manga version of Monkey D. Luffy, not to be confused with the anime or the Netflix live action version. That
Correct.
figure does exist by the same manufacturer, SH Figure Arts, but
Yeah.
because of that hype, they have pretty much two lines of One Piece live action and anime out at the same time. So that is again the animated version, pretty cool. You got like four head sculpts there, which is pretty crazy. So
Yeah,
that
man.
that looks really dope. And I think I see,
Fig art stuff. You know how cool they are and
of course,
articulated, right?
I'm an imports guy, so
Yeah,
yeah.
I know how you roll.
And then I see Rowanora Zora there, Zoro
Yeah.
rather.
So this guy just came out. He's hot right now.
Hmm.
Obviously thanks to the show as well. But yeah, man, he's super popular. I like him because he's got the green hair going. Believe it or not,
There
So,
you go.
but he's got all kinds of weapons and swords. He does his famous attacks and that kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
So,
Zoro Green collects swords. He's on his third. He has
right?
those three swords is definitely what sold me. Like I've always wanted to pick up that figure in the past, so I've definitely have the itch after watching the show.
Yeah, man.
So I might need to take a look at that when I see you next week.
And just to kind of tease a little bit. You
Nice. You got
know,
the Son Goku classic
yeah,
with the power pole, still with the tail too, and that's a Tamashii Nation store piece. So
yeah,
very
you got it.
cool.
So
That
this is kind of part of what we're gonna have there. One other line is the Animal Warrior stuff, right?
yeah, I
Um,
know Drew has been having an awesome time with that with Toy Bacon. A lot of
yes,
the
the
stuff that we've
photos are
been
cool,
posting,
man.
yeah, through for Titan as well as like him posting up at as Toy Bacon at these shows,
Right.
have
Yeah.
not only just the figures that you're selling, but the Toy Bacon, supported kind of as creative, kind of
hundred
beside that.
percent.
So
Yeah,
really
man.
good work there. And that scale is huge. I mean, what I love about this particular line is that it fits so well with Marvel Legends and a lot of the other 12 scale figures,
Oh
but
yeah, man.
they're all unique sculpts like that. Like, there's no other sculpt like that that I could think of that, a Hasbro or any of the others are making. So it's a good way to kind of mix up the collection for sure.
You got it, bro. No, definitely, man. And just last thing, I guess, is cards, man. We do a lot of the Pokemon stuff, right?
Hmm.
So this set's pretty popular right now, Obsidian Flame. So we're gonna have
Okay.
a few of these booster boxes there,
Nice.
and then there's also some of this Japanese Pokemon collectible cards. So
That's cool. It's like a crystallized like Mewtwo. That looks pretty sick.
yeah, man, they're pretty hot right now. Mewtwo's pretty hot right now, especially Japanese collectible cards, right? So
Mhm.
we're gonna have some of that there, and definitely more stuff. So this is just a portion, but we just want to kind of show off kind of how we roll, right?
Nice. Very cool.
Yeah, man.
Now, for sure, like if anyone does want to, purchase anything prior to the Awesome Toy Show, they could obviously visit titantoys.com. Again, Danny, plug that promo code. What's your promo code there?
Danny Green, just
Danny Green,
all one word.
all one
Means
word.
there you go, boom,
There you
and then
go. That'll
there's
get.
it's there.
There
Save
you go.
10% right there. Danny Green, boom.
Proper.
Uh,
So Danny's going to be handing some of those out at the
you
show,
got
of
it. You
course.
got it.
So he'll hook you up. He'll definitely give you a good deal when you're at the Awesome Toy Show, and
You
then
got it.
again take one of those cards for 10% off your first order online, and that's definitely something awesome. I know that. Again, it's not your first rodeo with shows in general, and especially not your first rodeo at the Awesome Toy Show because we've done stuff
Mhm.
with Wing in the past.
Oh
So
yeah,
it's great, that the boys are coming together, and I'm really looking forward to having you guys there. I'm
be
saving
there,
my
man.
portion again. I'm going to be there for a different reason. Might
Oh
not save
yeah, we
that
know.
for later. I know y'all know there's a little tease. Some people already know, but I'll speak to that a little bit more. But otherwise, is there anything else you want to kind of leave us with? Anything else that we missed while we have you on the line?
No, man, we covered pretty much everything. Just looking forward to the show. Thanks for having me on this show. So
For sure,
appreciate all
bro.
the opportunities, and appreciate getting together with the community and you guys, and just having a good time at the shows. And that's it, man.
That's it. Exactly. We'll keep it going. I know that we have some more shows coming up until the end of the year.
Yeah.
So after the Awesome Toy Show, we're going to be jumping on again. If you're
Yep.
not familiar, Drew, Danny, and I try and do this at least on a monthly basis, just to kind of help, increase awareness and let people know about what's going on. The next show that they could potentially see us at, where they could find, awesome toys.
You
So
got it.
we will keep it going. So the next person on the docket is the homie Drew Olive. So again, Danny, thanks for joining us. I could put you back in queue to kind of chill out and hang out, or you can do what you like.
Yeah, no problem.
But thanks so much for joining. And
No,
Drew's
appreciate that,
coming
man.
in hot.
Have a good night, man. Take care.
Thank you. There he is. How's it going, buddy?
What's up, Cisco? What do you say?
Chilling, chilling. How you enjoying the show so far?
Yeah, good, good. I'm very excited to hear about McFarlane. I mean,
that was
obviously
huge.
Hasbro is like very close to my heart, but as you can see, like behind me here, all this like vintage McFarlane from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So yeah, very excited to hear about that. Holy crap!
And for y'all that don't know, Drew has been my boy since '96, and we were former roommates actually. I think in 2008 or 2009. So only
Wow.
when like I moved in with Drew did I get the spark to say, "Hey, I need to actually take my toys and actually put them on display." I would usually mess around with them and put them away. Drew was the first person that had like floating shelves, and all kinds of other stuff. And
Mhm.
a lot of what that was on top of the Toy Biz Marvel Legends that you had at that time. Whereas
Yeah,
exactly that,
yeah,
McFarlane, you had
eh,
tons of McFarlane music toys. I could still see them in the back there.
yeah,
So everything from Cobain to Kiss to
yeah,
Reservoir Dogs to Jimi Hendrix
yeah,
and Doors and all kinds of crazy, or
yeah,
Zeppelin
man.
rather.
Yeah,
So yeah, man.
and that was like pre toy photography days when we were living together. It was just like posing the figures on the shelf just to make
Yep,
a more like dynamic display. So
yep,
when people came over, like at first they're like, why is this guy collecting these action figures? But then it's like, oh, it's actually like interesting to look at, and get really excited about it.
yeah, absolutely. And that was, again, that was the first time that I put that big shelf together, and I did my whole Bayverse kind of
Right,
like
right, right.
Autobots versus Decepticons. That was like, again, the movie came out in 2007.
Hmm.
So when I moved in with you in 2008, 2009, I was already maybe into like the second movie, right?
Hmm.
So like I had a
Hmm.
decent amount at that time, and that was a good time. I remember it was just like
Yeah.
everyone fighting for the cube in the
Hmm.
in the middle. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah,
Hmm.
good times, and good to have you, of course, as well.
Of course.
Um, for anyone that's joining right now, of course, like, the main focus of what we're talking about and the whole purpose of today's stream is to
Hmm.
plug the Awesome Toy Show.
Hmm.
That Awesome Toy Show will be taking place again on Sunday, October 29th. At the Oasis Convention Center at 1036 Lakeshore Road East, Port Credit in Mississauga.
Hmm.
We, of course, are trying to hit on all the things, in terms of our network, our toy community over here. So when we first started, we had Wing, the owner and operator of that event, who gave us some awesome news. Exactly what Andrew was saying, that bomb that he dropped in regards to McFarlane and Hasbro being on site. After Wing, we just had Danny right before Drew that came in representing Titan Toys. Danny Green collects is the official ambassador of Titan Toys, and one of our clients. You can even put it that way. I know that you've been working pretty hard with taking some awesome shots, some toy bacon shots to provide
Hmm.
back to them. So it's been awesome to kind of collaborate, with Titan Toys. Funny enough, Titan Toys is also based in Port Credit, closer to the lighthouse. They're right across the grill, the pump there, right? So they're everything is very very close
Yeah.
to what we got going on. But I know that when it comes down to our how we sort of post up, and in at toy shows, a lot of it has been, when we first started, a lot was around toy photography, something a little bit different, because obviously there are toy collectible vendors that are out there selling their toys, and we've sold toys as well.
Hmm.
But once we started to build the Toy Bacon brand and getting stuff out there, it's a little bit different and something new that's out on the market. So what I wanted to ask you, because obviously you're the dude behind the lens, and really bringing all the creative to life for Toy Bacon.
Hmm.
Um, what future shots are going to be there? Do you have anything that you want to share or pull up?
Yeah, because it's like spooky season. I've kind of been in like full swing with like Halloween, spooky inspired shots.
Mhm.
So we printed off a couple Halloween photos that are going to be exclusive for the Awesome Toy Show. And these last couple shows, Toy Beacon's kind of been collaborating with Titan Toys, and we'll essentially get a couple tables
Mhm.
and create like an entire like visual display. It's not just like toys flat on a table for people to see. It's elevated. We've created this kind of wall for our Toy Bacon photography so that people can like not only see the pictures, but like see it sort of on a wall and kind of give them the idea of what it would look like hanging on their wall. So we're not just printing like, loose pictures, like we're framing them with quality frames, and we're kind of giving a unique visual. Also, too, sorry, just to add, I also like doing the toy photography for the show because local toy photographers kind of get inspired by the idea as well. Like they're thinking like, oh, I do toy photography, but I never really thought about selling my prints or,
Hmm.
you know, going down that avenue. So
Hmm.
it's also kind of fun to inspire others to kind of do the same, you know?
No, absolutely. You're
Um,
right. I mean, I was there
yeah.
with you, when we posted
Mhm.
up, I think at one of the first NiagaraCon that we did,
Mhm.
literally we had our 11 by 17 prints or whatever
Mhm.
else it was. Everything
Yeah.
was lay flat, and we were literally the only booth there that didn't have shelves, displays, any type of merchandising, no cards. Like, we were so
Yeah.
amateur. So again, like, to see, you know what I mean, how like the angle that you've taken to literally build up that
Mhm.
pegboard, that wall display, you know what I mean, that now gets to kind of showcase,
Mhm.
pictures in frames, and exactly what you said, like,
Mhm.
envision, like, this is what it's going to look like, in my game room, my man cave, my bedroom, as somebody's
Yeah.
gift or whatever else it is pretty
Yeah.
dope. So definitely got to
Mhm.
commend you, for that.
Mhm.
And it also kind of like hits back on, our slogan, a tasty take on toys, you know what I mean? And just
Mhm.
kind of really giving people like a new flavor, a new feel for, for that. So
Mhm.
that's
And
pretty.
I'll sorry,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I'll also, I don't know if you have it queued, but I could also share, maybe
Yeah,
a couple
I lost the
photos.
tab, so if you don't mind pulling those up, I
Okay,
think,
yeah.
giving some people like a little tasty taste would be.
Yeah, this is only just like a couple, and then obviously the rest you're gonna have to come to the show and check out.
Mhm.
But here's just a couple like little examples. So can you, yeah, perfect. All right. So this is obviously Bruce Wayne,
Uh-huh.
having a little coffee and reading the funny pages before his, I guess, night patrol
Yeah,
begins. So
you got
he's
the you
just,
got the gourds there on the table.
yeah. So we're just kind of, you know, the vibe with the Lois Lane kind of Halloween poster in the background.
Yeah,
Um,
you got
couple
the
little
jack
figures
o'
on the
lantern.
shelf. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's just like, you know, a fun little Batman photo.
yeah,
And then next we have the spooktacular Gamma Gab.
Gamma Gab.
This is the Halloween edition.
Nice.
For those who don't know, Hulk has his own podcast called the Gamma Gab, and every week he has a new guest on. So this was the spooktacular Halloween episode.
Nice.
Um,
I want to I want to take a quick guess on some of these things. So that
yeah,
is the classic Hulk on the Kingpin body,
yes, yeah,
and
that's the. I think it's the is it 60th,
60th or
20th,
something,
20th anniversary,
20th,
20th anniversary.
some
Hulk,
well-rounded number anniversary.
somewhere around there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. What else you got?
That is, if I'm not mistaken, the wolf cap that I got from Midtown Comics in New York way back in the day, right? But that's on the new cap body.
Correct. Yeah, that's also on the 20th anniversary Marvel Legends, but with the wolf cap head. I liked this head a little bit. I like that body a little
Hmm.
bit better than the wolf cap. Wolf cap's
Oh,
just
for
a
sure.
little flat, so
Yeah.
this
Oh,
one's
yeah.
got
The
some good texture to it.
like, yeah, I was gonna say, like, the chest, like,
Hmm.
chainmail, kind of like,
Hmm.
like scales or whatever you want to call them,
Hmm.
definitely like set that apart, from
Hmm.
any of the other caps in the past.
Hmm.
I think you have Doctor Strange head on the Fantastic Four body.
Yeah, yeah, he's dressed up as Mr. Fantastic.
Nice. And then you have the Spidey mask on the is that the Clockwork Orange body, or
Yeah, the Mafex.
nice.
Yeah, and then yeah, the Iron Man dressed up in the Supreme Cobra
Oh, Cobra
Commander.
Commando. Yeah, sorry, I missed him in the back there. And then you have
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
this little skeleton kind of Frankenweenie guy. You have a little goodie bag, some spiders kind of hanging around, and then even more.
yeah,
What's it called? Little jack o' lanterns. Oh, I'm just noticing the Pamela Voorhees and the
yeah.
Luigi board on the wall there.
Yeah, yeah. Just a couple Halloween props for the set.
No, I dig it. I dig it. I had to pick through this one because there's a lot going on. So
Yeah.
appreciate that. All right, what else you got for us?
And then next we have a simple shot of Michael Myers kind of on stage rocking out on the guitar.
A little
Um,
Johnny Be Good, or
yeah, yeah,
Mikey Be Good.
Mikey B. So yeah, just a nice simple little shot with I think this one is framed in like a nice kind of charcoal gray frame, so it kind of complements the darker photo here. And then next, sticking with the music theme, we have the Hangman's. What was the name of the band? It was like Hangman's Joke, I believe it is, from the movie The Crow.
Oh, the Crow.
He was in a rock band. I think it was Hangman's Joke, if I'm not mistaken. So this was just, my interpretation of what the band is, them kind of live on stage. This was the Mezco, The Crow, and then in the back it was two Metallica,
Yep.
one of them wearing the mask
Nice.
from the Crow toy. And then the last two are some fan favorites that are going to be coming back that we've done in the past.
Okay.
One of them being Doctor Strange,
That new toy
smelling
smell.
his action figures. Of course, you got to let him breathe. So that kind of hits home with a lot of
Every
toy
collector knows
collectors.
what
I
this.
guess every collector.
Yeah.
I
Kid-
would assume that every collector smells their action figures. That's what I've been doing my whole life, like since these, McFarlane toys. Once that plastic kind of gets in your nostrils, I think that's why I'm a collector, is because of that.
Because
I
you're
don't know
just
what they
getting
put in
high
the
off the
plastic.
fumes or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know what they put in that plastic, but it's great. So that
plastic
one's
crack.
coming back. That plastic crack. And then lastly, we have obviously the Spider Punk.
Nice. I love that with
Yeah.
all the speakers and amps, and especially like the Marshall logo there. Now, is that
Mm-hmm.
Marshall prop from like one of the McFarlane
Yeah, that's actually
figures, or
from the Slash figure. That's where it came from, and it's just the one half of the
nice?
speaker there. Yeah. And then his body, so that all of those speakers are from the music McFarlane figures, like from the Jimi Hendrix, AC/DC, a lot of the figures. And
Nice.
then I did some double-sided tape on the back of Spider-Man to kind of stick him to the speaker, and then put the speaker on a little base so it holds his weight. So it's all
Very
practical there, yeah. And
nice.
then we're also doing a couple free giveaways at the table.
Oh yeah.
Let me just share this real quick. So I found this on the Complex website. Make your own album cover in the style of Drake's For All His Dogs using AI. So you kind of go down here and you enter in essentially what you would want to see on your cover, and then AI will generate the image. So we did two of them. This is one of them. This was the word toy bacon, one word. And then this is what it came up with. So we did a small little limited edition run that we're going to be handing out. We're going to be handing them out at the table, and I'll also give you a little stack to keep with you, and you can also hand them out to people who are, watching the gaming.
Nice.
So yeah, that was one of them, and then I also did toy bacon 2 words,
Oh,
and this was the other toy bacon that it came up with. So
very
we're
cool.
gonna do a small run of both of them, and they're just gonna be some fun little giveaways.
It's like
for people who are showing
a
up.
beheaded little piglet or something.
Yeah, I know. And then I guess like all those smaller ones, or maybe like the toy, I guess, picking up from the word toy and then
Maybe.
bacon. So I
Yeah,
would
it's a couple
assume
strips.
that's what that is. Yeah.
It's
So
very
yeah, so
interesting.
yeah, so that's what we're gonna be doing. So we'll be located with Titan Toys. So that's where you can find toy bacon, and also too, like I mentioned earlier, you can't miss that giant wall of toy bacon toy photography.
Very cool. Very cool.
Mhm.
And it's a good segue because Toy Bacon is also going to be the co-host of the Smashdown at the Awesome Toy Show. So I'm gonna queue up
Mhm.
my buddy Boy. He just dropped off just quickly right now. So bear with us for a second.
Okay.
Go
I
and
think while you're doing that, I think we'll also provide you with a couple framed Toy Bacon photos that you could also use for this contest.
for sure. I think that what we'll do is we'll take some of the Toy Bacon and we'll post it up at the actual tournament place.
Okay.
But I know that Boy in the past has taken the MF Doom piece. He's taken
Hmm.
the crown, the Kingpin Biggie, and a couple of the other pieces in the past. Those have
Hmm.
definitely been some prizes that we've given away at Smashdown.
Hmm.
So it's definitely a good segue. I have Boy in queue right now, so we could talk a little bit more about that. But
Hmm.
appreciate you, Drew, as always. Again, perfect segue because again, Toy Bacon is the co-presenter of the Smashdown at the Awesome Toy Show. So as we swap Drew out, we are going to be pulling in Sam Boy Maehara, master barber and owner of the Scars and Strops Barbershop in Port Credit. So Drew, thanks for your time, and we will catch
Of
you on the
course.
next one.
Peace, guys. See you at the show.
Yo,
Yes, sir.
yo, there he is. Perfect timing. How's it going, bro?
There I am. No, I'm just kidding. What's going on, brother?
Just chilling, man. It's been an awesome show so far. I think everything is tying in nicely. This is kind of the last segment of today, but the main point of today's stream was Awesome Toy Show. Everything going on with Awesome Toy Show. So,
Yeah.
as you know, our boy Wing was on at the top of the show to just kind of lay down the groundwork, the foundation, in terms of what he's doing with Awesome Toy Show. It's funny because it was you and my buddy Danny, and Danny was the second segment.
Mhm.
Both of you were the ones that put Awesome Toy Show in my ear, and
Yeah.
then that's what got me and Drew our first booth at Awesome Toy Show earlier in the year. So like full circle,
That's
right?
crazy. It's crazy because like I wanted like from the very first awesome toy show that I was a part of, which we set up like a barbering booth, and yeah, like we like when Wing first like kind of told me about it, I was like, oh man, Cisco, like Cisco's got to be here, but I kept on putting it off telling you, and then I finally told you it. I almost forced myself to like to push like don't forget to tell Cisco about this because he's gonna want to like be on it.
100%.
And yeah, it's I mean you guys have killed it every single time, right? So
Yeah, no, it's been great, and like we talked about everything in regards to, the venue, how it all started, how Wayne comes from like an auto background, so he brought in like that like Dark Knights Import Fest kind of vibe, you know what I mean,
yes,
with live DJ. That's one thing that I know Drew and Danny and I could speak from experience too, is like going to some of the other shows. It's a lot of kind of like white noise of like just more of like the hustle and bustle of like vendors and conversations and stuff, but having
yeah,
that backbeat and that vibe of live music being spun there with the DJ definitely
yeah,
helps like the atmosphere, like, and it'll make it a lot more entertaining.
yeah,
And then even having the MC to kind of like call out raffles every hour, doing other types of stuff, like he definitely does a great job to kind of bring more entertainment value and like differentiating, his show from a lot of the other ones. So
oh yeah,
definitely, props to Wing for that.
yeah.
Um,
He's
and
a
then
genius, man. What can I say? He's a genius.
for sure. No, he's definitely an awesome guy to work with, and even taking Drew and I, as not a traditional vendor, right? Like we do toy photography, so
Yeah,
sometimes like people are kind of weird about that, where they're like, "Well, you're not really selling like toys, or you're not selling like I don't know games or whatever else it is." So sometimes there are questions to like the legitimacy of a vendor, but he definitely welcomed us with open arms, so can appreciate that, and then even seeing you there last time in the front kind of entrance, doing cuts for Scars, is a perfect fit. So that's, I think, a good segue into like what we sort of started. So like Boy and I have known each other since high school, but
mhm.
we started off with a couple different collabs. We started off with the NES Master Series
Oh yeah,
at the shop.
that was like the precursor to all of this.
Yeah,
I feel like, right?
it was like, hey, we're both nerds. Let's do this.
Yeah,
So
hell yeah, man.
So we had the NES Master Series out. He had an NES Classic on site, and pretty much again, if you were able to hit like a high score or beat certain milestones, you were entitled to different perks, whether it was like a gift card or free cuts and stuff like that. So that's really where Boy and I first started. Somewhere out there in the wild, I think that we still have a promotional video, probably on social, that
Yeah,
we shot
it's
when I first
buried.
started.
It's buried deep down in a trunk in the middle of the ocean. You know what I mean? No, I'm just kidding. It's probably on Facebook somewhere. Yeah, for sure.
I know. So, but we've come a long way. Like again, Boys Shop. If you haven't been to Scars and Strops, it's 315 Lakeshore Road East. Is that correct?
315 Lakeshore Road East, Mississauga. There's
Yep.
it's a very funny thing too about that. There's the exact same address in Oakville, but
Mhm.
it's what it's I think it's east as well, but it's in Oakville, and there's a barbershop there.
Oh
And
my God.
I don't know if they planned it out, but I mean, damn man,
If they
I'm
did
sure.
that, they're scheming.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like maybe like a 2% people have gone there and just like, oh, I can't make it to my appointment, so you might as well just cut my hair, right? Like those guys.
Those guys is, but Boy does
Those,
something different. You know, again, like he's been cutting for a while. You know, he actually used to cut at Donato, which is where my girlfriend also used to work. So a little
yep,
mutual connection there as well.
yep,
And you know, but with your shop again, always having a little bit more of a hip hop vibe. On top of like just doing the Smashdown events, which we started doing over the last couple months. Again, we
yeah,
did a barbershop battle a couple years ago. But on top of that, you know, he does something called Scratcheroki, you
mhm,
know, where people kind of come in, you know, with their turntables and plug into a mixer, and it's just a really awesome like hip hop cipher that they have,
yeah,
which is pretty dope. So again, another thing that he's doing to differentiate, you know, the barbershop vibe. Um, and
yep,
then again, these Smashdown events that we got going on, not tournaments, meetups, you know, more so for people to kind of improve their skills. So we
yeah,
usually have, you know, 3 to 4 different setups there, 1v1s, 2v2s, just to kind of get people, you know, more accustomed to the competitive vibe. I know we've done like impromptu tournaments, but this one
it's
at
the
the
first
Awesome Toy
official.
Show, yeah, exactly. It's the first official one that we're doing, and it's crazy because again, when I think about, you know, everything that's kind of coming together and how small, like how like the network is kind of like how close knit it is. It's like, you know, you're there in Port Credit right there, you know, at 315. Titan Toys is just west of here, Ontario, closer to the lighthouse. Like they're across from the pump and like El Jefe and stuff like that, so like they're there. And then the Awesome Toy Show,
Oh,
yeah, it's an office. It's literally beside like Snug Harbor, dude. It's that left
oh
when
yeah,
you,
yeah, yeah.
they're right there. Like that left
Holy
light.
smokes! Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't even
And,
realize that. No,
yeah, so
that's
Titan Toys
crazy.
is right there. And then you go a little bit further over, and then Andrea's shop, A Go Go Hair 507, right, is a little bit over closer to Kothra.
Mhm.
And then after that, then you get to Oasis,
Yeah,
which is where the Awesome Toy Show is. So it's literally
I
four
mean,
four businesses that are like neighboring.
it's crazy. Like how close everything is in proximity to each other, and that's one of the reasons why we've kind of like it's not the only reason. Obviously, Wing is a very close friend, and I wanted to help him out as much as I could with this show, giving them an experience. And I thought, you know, like this is like a perfect fit. Like when we were first coming up with the concept of it, because we had started running the Smash meetups,
Hmm.
and Wing is like, why don't you guys just do it at the Awesome Toy Show? I was like, that's an amazing idea. And this goes. Wing is just like I said, he's a genius. He just puts the right puzzle pieces together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and
So
it is perfect because there's such a good overlap in regards to this for a couple reasons. Like first and foremost, like when you think about like, you know, otaku culture, like that Japanese like kind of
mhm.
like fandom kind of culture, they like collectibles, they like anime, they like video games. So, you know what I mean? And that's really, I guess, like that demographic, you know what I mean, of people that are kind of, you know, going to these shows. So for
Yeah,
sure, you know what I mean, there's people there that even if they don't play competitively, they've definitely picked up a controller. Nintendo has been part of their lives. Smash has been part of their lives to some way, shape, or form. There's no denying that, you know, in the N64 eras, like, you know, people that are coming through to these shows definitely ran Smash, Kart,
Yeah.
Mario Party, GoldenEye, all these other types of games, right? So like it's a perfect fit. So, you know, that's, you know, it's really cool, you know, that we're able to bring that experience, you know, to there. Also, like there's more square footage in regards to being able to accommodate people in a more open space, including
Yes.
spectators, right? Because you know, as great as the meetups are, you know, they are more exclusive, you know what I mean? And it does work for us and what we're doing to kind of accommodate that learning environment from a smaller scale. But like for a tournament vibe, this is much more like that kind of fit, you know what I mean? That venue for that sort of fit. So definitely appreciate
Absolutely.
Wing, right?
Yeah.
For accommodating that there. So we do have some new graphics. Wing was able to actually pull together this awesome toy show Smash graphic,
Yeah.
which is pretty dope. So we have the ultimate art up there. Again, the new Toy Bacon logo that Drew and I put together, as well as
Nice.
the new SSB Scars logo here. And it's funny because the acronym also lines up: Scars, Strops,
Super smart.
Barbershop, Super Smash Brothers.
Hey man,
So yo, it works.
what can I say? You know, it was a totally by accident.
That's the but it's I don't know. It's
Perfect
one of those serendipitous, like, you know.
serendipity. Yeah, for sure. I feel like John Cusack in that movie. Oh man.
So
Yes.
we have the tournament, right? Like obviously the show runs from 12 to 5.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to run the bracket again from 12 to 5 as well. But what we already have is this Eventbrite. So if people go to smashdown.eventbrite.com, they'll be led to this exact site over here where they can pre-register for the awesome toy show Smashdown event. And one cool thing that we were also able to do with Wing is the early bird registration fee. So that's definitely something that we want to flag here. Now, people can pay $10 and they can get into the awesome toy show. But if they actually buy a tournament registration to compete in this tournament, they get a free admission to the toy
Yeah.
show plus one raffle ticket. So they're getting over $20 in value, which is pretty dope. And then after that first block sells out, then it goes back to, again, the standard registration fee of $20. So that means they are paying the $10 to get into our tournament, but they're also paying another $10 to get into the awesome toy show. Still great value for what Wing is putting together, but just letting people know right now, we're currently at 10 of 16 sold. So there's only 6 early bird tickets left. So if
Yeah.
you know anybody, you know, that wants to get in and they play and play Smash, now's the time, you know, to scoop up one of those 6 tickets before the price goes up. Now, this is going to be the exact same sales platform, you know, to register on site. So if we will be taking walk-ups up until about 11:30. I'm going to say, boy, so that we have like 11:30 to 12 to build the bracket. So Wing was asking that earlier. You know, when is the cutoff? So pretty much, he's going to be out at another show on the Saturday prior, on the 28th. So he's going to be plugging additional registration for us on that day. So we may get some overnight just in case. So again, we're not turning anyone away at the door unless we hit that 32 player cap. So, you know, we're really excited to kind of get that going. Now, a lot of it, you know, in regards to the setup that we have is you know, borrowed stuff from the Scars and Strops Barbershop. So we will have, is it 3 or will we have 4 setups on site for?
We got 4, baby. We got
There we
4.
go. So we have 4 on site. The intention here is to have 3 dedicated for the competitive Smash tournament, so we can actually churn through the bracket. And I believe you had the idea of also having a 4th setup, more for casual play, for people to just kind of like hang out and like kind of kick it with us, and just kind of like, you know, enjoy the vibe without necessarily having to put money down and maybe get like, you know, like if they're too intimidated to kind of compete, right?
Yes, correct. You're right. Yes.
Yeah. So go ahead.
We'll also have two controllers for people who are just spectating. Like obviously it's a BYOC event, but you know, we have backups. We'll have backups on the extra station, the 4th station, and it's gonna be great. What can I say?
For sure. I'll run through a couple more things because I know it gets pretty technical, especially for people that don't or haven't been to a Smash tournament before. So I'll kind of read off the screen. I'll riff off a little bit. This is considered, again, our first official tournament. Smashdown has been considered more of a meetup at the barbershops, Cars and Shops Barbershop. But this is, again, the first bracket that we're event that we're focusing on. Like, it's all about the bracket. It's all about actually, competing here. Again, it is limited capacity. So there is a 16 player block, and then but we're capping it at 32. So if it's 16 people or less, we're going to run a double elimination bracket. If it's any more than that, 16 to 32 or 17 to 32 rather, we'll run a single elimination bracket, just so that everyone gets a chance to play, and get some time to compete. As Boy mentioned, it is a BYOC, bring your own controller event. That's standard across any FGC fighting game tournament, because everyone has a different preference. Somebody might want to play with, I don't know, an ultimate 8-bit Do controller. Somebody might want to mess around with a Pro controller. Somebody might want to use a GameCube controller, or whatever else it is. We can't accommodate all of those asks, so that's why we do ask people to bring your own controller, so you can plug in and you have the exact setup that you're familiar with. You can't blame it on the controller for taking an L, because that's on you.
I can.
So
There's gonna be a viral video floating around soon of me smashing a controller on the sidewalk. Yeah, I don't want to get into it too much, but you might see it on social media at some point. if my my staff so happens to want to blackmail me, but just calling it out ahead of time.
there you go.
One thing, if you are for all the registrants, they should get there a little bit early so you can enter your control set and your name. So yeah. Just I think that's a part of the setup. Yeah. Sorry.
Absolutely. No, Boy's absolutely right. Setting up your gamer tag as well as custom controls are going to be key. Because there's 3 different setups that you might actually be using. We want to ensure that you're pretty much signed in, so that you can pretty much start the match as soon as you get there, versus having to, again, like, kind of burn a little bit of time just getting your data into the actual system in itself. Again, as we mentioned, 3 game Nintendo Switch setups with Ultimate. All of them will have full DLC as well as GameCube adapters. So again, we will be able to accommodate the wired controllers as well. And we already talked about tournament format for 16 players or less, or 16 players and more. As mentioned, that's going to dictate whether it's a double elim or a single elim tournament. And if it is a double elim tournament, it'll pretty much start from noon and run till the end of the show. It'll take some time to get through the bracket. But if it's more than 16 players and running a single elimination, we'll likely split that into 2. So what I'm thinking, Boy, again, we'll do a noon to 2, and then we'll probably do like a 2 to 4 to accommodate both pools. So from a prize pool perspective, it does change as well.
Yeah.
Prize pool, if it's a full 16 player bracket, that's $160. So I was thinking, again, $100 to first, 40 to second, 20 to third. And then if it is if it's a larger pool with single elimination, then we may just do like a 60-40 split based on the registration fees. So we'll kind of have to play that one by ear, but there is money on the line for anyone that is participating in the event. In addition to this, Drew Olive, again, my partner in crime for Toy Bacon, he was just in the segment prior to this. We'll also be donating some Toy Bacon to the show, to the tournament rather, as prizes. There's some new Drake inspired art that he was going over earlier, so some fresh Toy Bacon that we'll probably post some up around the tables, kind of in between the setups and stuff like that, just to kind of jazz up the area a little bit. So again, us as a co-presenter of the Smashdown tournament at an Awesome Toy Show, that'll be a little bit of flavor that we add here. All the rest of the rules are standard tournament rules that are administered when you're in any other competitive setting. So all of them are listed here on the smashdown.eventbrite.com website. So everything from the rule set, stocks, the time, no items, all that other types of stuff. If you're interested, check it out over here. One thing to be aware of is that there are starter stages versus counter pick stages in match 1 versus 2. What we're going to do is one of our buddies, Tyler Spike Zillion, he runs the Mississauga Smash community at South Common. He hooked me up with a graphic that they use on their weekly events at South Common. So I'm just going to be manipulating that a little bit. I'm going to print it out and have it on site. So every setup will have a list of all the stages that you can pick from to ensure that is tournament legal. Again, for people that aren't familiar with going to a tournament, it's obviously you might not know that a stage can or cannot be used. So we're going to go ahead and have that readily available to make it easy, for people, even if it's their first time. Otherwise, again, this is put together by none other than, Boy, owner of Scars and Strops, and myself and Drew, the owners of Toy Bacon. So we're really excited to kind of get this going. And that's all I had. Is there anything I missed? Is there anything you wanted to cover?
Just bring your A game. Expect some really good competition. We got, obviously we have our in-house guys who come to the the monthly meetup, but I'm sure that the guys out are coming out of the woodwork, so don't be intimidated. Just look at it as a learning experience to see what the community looks like outside of your own playground, so
Yeah. It's true.
yeah.
Everyone always thinks they're nice until they leave their friend group. And
Ooh,
then it's like,
yeah.
oh, then you get the reality check of like, okay, there's like some killers out there, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
and I think the other thing too is like, if we haven't already said it enough, Smashdown tournament is going to happen at, again, Awesome Toy Show, Sunday, October 29th. So it's happening inside the actual Awesome Toy Show, not in the vendor area, but in the kind of foyer open area that we have. I was talking to Wing earlier about the layout. So we have a nice stanchioned area where, we'll have a dedicated space for the competition. So again, it's our first official tournament that we're hosting Sunday, October 29th at the Oasis Convention Center at 1036 Lakeshore Road East. And then to Boy's point, this is the tournament, but don't sleep on the fact that, Boy and I are always hosting Smashdown events at Scars and Strops Barbershop on a monthly basis as well. And this is more, again, of that meetup vibe where there is no really strings attached. It's more about for you coming through, practicing, owning your skills, meeting other people, like learning different matchups, and just kind of coming through with a more chill vibe. Of course, it's in the barbershop, so we encourage people also to get a fresh fade or cut. You know what I mean? There's merch on site. We do ramen. There's different concessions and stuff that are available as well. And so far, it's always been a great turnout. Usually about 20 or so people are around, so there's no the queues aren't even that long. People are able to get a good amount of play, on rotation.
And
so go ahead.
we should also mention that there are different setups. There's a 2v2. There's a 1v1. We had a coaching station even at one point with Cisco doing a little bit of coaching, and I think there was also talks about doing like a live stream one, but we'll it's in, we're kind of in the lab with that. But yeah, there's also raffles. There's also prizes first, second, third. Yeah, it's we're trying to get it bigger and badder and more just try to bring up the community, you know what I mean? Like,
For sure, and it lends itself well, like to the Smash community, your clients, and the hip hop community too. Like, speaking of the raffles that we did on one of I think the first or second event, was some of the Toy Bacon that Drew donated. So there was I think the J. Cole Ultron and the MF Doom, Doctor Doom, that one of the guys won.
and the Kingpin as well.
That's right. Yeah, the
King of New
Kingpin.
York.
Yeah, with the Biggie Kingpin and the gold frame. So that was a dope piece too. So that's another thing too, is that people are looking to see not only just compete, but check out some of the Toy Bacon, check out some of the Scars merch and some of the other art that you have on consignment and stuff like that. Definitely a reason for people to pull up and check the shop out. But I think we're good. We covered quite a bit today. I'm going to bring in, I see Drew is still in queue here, so I'm going to bring him in real quick. I know Wing and Danny had to drop. but I just kind of wanted to kind of pull all the boys in together over here and just kind of do a little bit of a rundown. So again, we started off talking about Awesome Toy Show, and obviously talking about Wing and where he was kind of coming from and when it's going on. For everyone that wants to know, one more reminder: Awesome Toy Show will take place on Sunday, October 29. It runs from 12 to 5, but there are early bird tickets available as well, to get you in at 11. So that's early access, so you can pick through all the amazing toys prior to all the other people kind of coming in at noon. Boy and I will also be on site there, taking last minute registrations for the Smashdown. Drew, of course, is going to be providing us with some of the art from Toy Bacon as one of the co-presenters of this event. So we'll have some of that on site. And Drew will also have his own table with Titan toys side by side in the vendor area. So we had Danny Green Collects that was on the show earlier as well, talking about SH Figure Arts, talking about some other new toys that he's going to bring through. And then one of the awesome things that Wing was able to also announce was that McFarlane Toys and Hasbro have donated some prize packs to the Awesome Toy Show as well. So it's lots of information coming from from Wing, from Danny, from Drew, from Boy. If you have any questions, definitely hit us up on socials. But is there any final words, anything else y'all wanted to add? I'll cue you up, Drew, first, because I know you have been sitting in queue. Anything we
No,
missed?
I've just been watching. No, I mean I'm excited for the show. Awesome Toy Show is like one of my favorite shows to go to. It's always a good vibe. The people are always cool. It's always good to get a nice lineup, on the way in. So yeah, it's great. I love the show. I love the show. Very excited for it. Very excited
Dope.
to see everyone.
And Boy, one more time, anything else that we might miss or?
Yeah, just hope to see you guys there. Excited, super excited for our first tournament. And if you can't catch us on this one, we run them on the monthly. Hit us up on socials to get the information of when we do them.
Sounds good. All right. Well,
All right.
thanks so much for your time, guys. Again, I'll be chopping this up for some socials, trying to find some good nuggets and shorts here. We got about an hour of content to kind of share with the boys. But at this point, I will end the stream, and we'll catch the people later.
Peace.
All right. See you guys.
Later.